So first things first, depending on how the file is sent to you, um, if I'm the one working on it or there's someone else working on it, some cases the files can be sent to you in a way that you still need to prep it for After Effects. In some cases, it might be sent in a way that is already, set for After Effects. So I'll just show you. This is the poster work. If you're lucky, you're working with designers that like to label stuff accordingly. But let me just show you what the final pack that's ready for After Effects should look like. So little things like, I'll go back to explain it, but as you can see, key elements that are required, individually have been turned into smart objects. First of all, this is a high resolution file so that it can work at any scale. So when you take a high resolution file, what that just means is when you take it into After Effects, you can create for big format or large or small format. And so the different elements have been packaged in a way that allows us to animate different things individually. Now, we didn't want to go so far in making everything animatable, all right? So, for example, this whole girl, she's coming as she is. This speaker, it's on its own. You have text, you have these bars here. You have this girl's finger. So there's some elements that are outside the shot. So let me just come all the way here, for example, right? So you can see her fingers, the school, the main character herself. So let me just take everything back to where it should be. There's this floodlights thing. Let me remove this floodlight. Okay, it doesn't matter. So now there's this whole situation here, right? So you have his leg, which has been brought to the front, and as you can see, it was cut in a way that, let me do it like this. It's cut in a way that, it's cut in a way that the leg can rotate nicely around it. I'll show you that in After Effects anyway, because these files are already linked to ensure things move the way they should. But basically, what I was just trying to show you was you have this leg. This building should actually be separate. You have this tower. Now, inside the tower, you have this hand, you have this billboard, which also has its own set of items, right? And you have this building, okay? So, but let me just go back to show you. So if you see the first original file, ignore these two things here. There are other posters, right? But basically, you will see that there are some items, for example, like this Civic Center now was actually a folder, now it's one file. It's basically, I just turned it into a smart object, all right? So basically, if they sent you a raw poster, let's say you're not the graphic designer, you're the video guy. So if they sent you this file, fine, you could just convert everything here. But I'm the designer in this case, and so I needed to make a duplicate file for video so that this one is going to be formatted for importing into After Effects. This one, I want to keep it flexible so I can still move stuff around. But basically, I just took the folder and convert to smart objects. And now we have that. So the reason you want to convert to smart objects, for example, is because there are some effects, even though in After Effects, when you import, and you see that in the page, when you import a file, it asks you, oh, do you want to flatten or merge the effects? In many cases, though, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So for example, let me just bring this out. In this Civic Center building here, there's a gradient map effect that's making it this color. But when you bring it into After Effects, there's a likelihood that this thing might get lost. I tried it before anyway, so that's why I just came back to just flatten everything out. So I avoid stories that touch. That's basically the flow. So that's what I've done here now. And I am now ready to save this file and then import it into my After Effects.